Greetings everyone, this is SteamTeamRedubUK, CC Trainor-Ling, here to bring you another episode review from Season 6 of The Loud House. Today's episode is titled Prize Fighter. First we'll discuss the plot, and then my thoughts and critiques with my final score. So, let's get right into it. In this episode, Lola tries to impress some local judges by doing acts of kindness so she can win the Minnie McFiggle Award for Lifetime Achievement in Pageantry. But after finding out she is going to win, and upon hearing that anyone who gets the award will be cursed, she begins to undo all her good deeds, only to be told the award isn't cursed in the way she originally assumed. However, after seeing the new recipient of the award doing legitimate acts of kindness and not just putting on an act for the judges, Lola admits how she truly doesn't deserve the award and decides to once again volunteer her time at Sunset Canyon, only now because she truly wants to. Well, that concludes the plot of the episode, so now we come to my thoughts and critiques. Whenever it comes to an episode that involves a pageant, you can be sure Lola will do whatever it takes to win, and indeed she really went out of her way to do so in this episode. She wanted to win a Lifetime Achievement Award that's considered the highest honor in pageantry, meaning she would reach the pinnacle of her pageant career. Going based on how many pageants she's won in the past, it would be crazy for Lola to not want to win the biggest award out there, but her many accomplishments were only half of the award's winning requirements. She also had to make contributions to the community, aka community service. Right away, this got me thinking about the episode Community Disservice, where Lola had to do some kind of volunteer work in order to qualify for a pageant. Lola pretty much did the same thing here, only this time she was performing her supposed good deeds in front of the judges who were in charge of choosing the recipient of the award. From trying to walk Mr. Grouse across the street, to purposely getting dirty while picking up trash, and even working as a candy striper, she was willing to go to great lengths just to get what she wanted, and she ultimately accomplished her goal. But then she overheard from some pageant girls that the two previous award recipients never won another pageant afterwards. In Lola's defense, I can kinda see why winning the award might be the beginning of the end of her pageant career. If a Lifetime Achievement Award is as high as you can go, anything else in the field of pageantry, just by comparison, would be insignificant. However, that doesn't mean you're washed up. It actually means you're among the greatest of all time, and it doesn't necessarily mean your career has to end. You can still continue your career, but now as a major influencer someone can idolize and look up to. I was really surprised Lola couldn't come to that conclusion considering how popular and well known she is in the pageant community. Be that as it may, she went from being a model citizen to a complete monster by intentionally causing trouble for the judges she was once trying to impress, therefore knocking herself out of the running for the award. The fact she also outright said she's good at being a monster isn't exactly something to be proud of either, but hey, this is Lola we're talking about here. Anyway, she later found out the truth about the previous award winners thanks to a surprise cameo from Cricket. Just as a quick side note, I thought it was kind of funny how Lola said Cricket just came out of nowhere. I honestly wasn't expecting her to make another appearance in the series, so I was just as shocked as Lola was. But anyway, Cricket explains that the only reason why the two previous winners never competed in more pageants was because one of them moved to Mars and the other became the youngest mayor in North Dakota history. Sounds a bit too far-fetched, but hey, cartoon logic, you know? So Lola had to win favor with the judges all over again by trying to put on another phony act of kindness with Flip, but then she stopped after seeing the new recipient, Diana Sherwood, doing some real volunteering with seniors, and she didn't care in the slightest if the judges were watching her. You know, I would go so far as to say Diana was the best character of the episode. Not only did Nika Futterman make her sound so adorably cute, but it really says something when you see a minor character not having to put on an act for an award, especially for an award Diana didn't even know existed, let alone being aware she was going to win it, and how performing legitimate acts of kindness in front of someone like Lola can make the main character look like the world's biggest jerk. Diana volunteers her time with seniors because she loves doing it, and Lola only faked her way as a volunteer just so she could win an award. The real kicker in all of this is how Lola openly admitted to being a bad person twice in the same episode. First with a high level of confidence when talking to Eunice, and then all depressingly when she sees someone being a genuinely good person. Seems kind of strange for her to be all bummed out about realizing the kind of person she can be when she already had no problem admitting to it a few minutes earlier, but again, this is Lola we're talking about here. When you really stop and think about it, this episode is practically its own version of Community Disservice, and the similarities are very noticeable. Lola needed to do something beneficial for someone else in order to win some big prize, was on the fast track to winning the big prize after accomplishing accomplishing her goal in order to be in the running for said prize, willingly disqualified herself by saying she was only serving herself and committing a disservice to others, and yet she still got some kind of prize in the end, even though it wasn't the prize she was aiming to get from the start. The only major difference between the two episodes is how Lola intentionally angered the judges so they would take her out of the running for the award, and then tried to win them over again after Cricket cleared up the misconception Lola overheard from the other pageant girls. In Community Disservice, Lola didn't have to do anything mean-spirited to make the judges angry and give her a failing score. She willingly dropped out of the pageant after realizing the error of her ways. Other than that, Prizefighter is just an underwhelming rehash of Community Disservice, and it could possibly be either Lola's weakest or worst episode of the series so far. I mean, yeah, she was seen making amends at Sunset Canyon when she said she actually wanted to be there, and she was praised for helping out one of the residents in a big way, but it's really not enough to save the episode with all things considered. I get the feeling Lola only went back to the retirement home just to save face, but hey, even a little redemption is better than no redemption, so I guess that's something. Overall, there's really not too much I can say other than this was just a different version of Community Disservice, but not done correctly. Even if Lola made a good point about how winning a Lifetime Achievement Award would be the peak of her pageant career, she missed the whole point of the mini McFiggle and only focused on the quantity of the awards instead of the quality behind them. The story and the direction it took with Lola's character were executed in a strikingly similar way to how she wanted to win and then drop out of the Little Miss Sunbeam pageant in season 4, only this time Lola was presented as more of a monster, her words not mine, and she acted like a jerk all because she was fed some bad information. The only two characters to really stand out were Cricket and Diana, the latter of whom proving to be a more genuine and better winner and person than Lola. In closing, whatever this episode tried to accomplish, the only thing I can say is Community Disservice did it first, and that episode objectively did it way better. With that said, I give Prizefighter a 6.3 out of 10. Well folks, that concludes my review of Prizefighter. As I always say, you should never have to repeat the same type of episode in a TV show unless you believe the first one you did wasn't that good. However, I believe Community Disservice succeeded where Prizefighter undoubtedly failed, but maybe I'm wrong. Which of those two episodes do you think is better? Reply to the pinned comment down below, and let's see which one you guys prefer. But anyway, as far as the rest of this episode goes, what did you guys think of it? Love it? Hate it? Something you would add? Change? Keep it as it is? Let me know in the comments below, and make sure to subscribe to this channel for the latest Loud House content. That's going to do it for me. I'll catch you guys for the next video, but until then, this is SteamTeamRedubUK, CC Trainor-Ling, signing off. Peace out, home slices.